A bit of like lack of foresight when we built the deck.
Vibe of what the theme of the basement is gonna look like.
Because then we would put drywall around there, right? I forgot this was here.
So that's what we're gonna be doing on the ceiling.
It would have to be double, right? So like, let's say 14.
Hello everyone. I'm so excited for today's video because...
What's in my sock?
You got wet on your sock?
It's sock.
You wanna take it off? Got it, there you go. Okay. So like I was saying, today's video is very exciting because it is part 1 in our basement renovation series. This is not going to be a very quick and easy series. It's actually going to be long, a lot of trial and error. We're basically renovating our basement ourselves. We do have help from friends who have experience. One of our friends is an electrician, so he'll help us with that. And then we also do have other friends that have renovated their own basement, so we are going to be having some help. But I mean that we're not hiring anyone and paying money to anybody to do the basement for us. This is a goal that we have wanted to do for a while. We were both very passionate about it. We realized when we got our shelves and cabinets put in, like, although they did an amazing job, and I'm very happy to have supported a local small business who does this, we realized that we could have done this ourselves and saved a ton of money because it was expensive. And so we said, you know what? We are going to, from now on, like even getting our grass installed, doing certain things we could do ourselves. My dad is in construction, like my dad's an engineer. My mom works in construction. Literally my whole entire family work in construction. So we have a lot of people to talk to and to get advice from and to have professionals kind of help us in certain ways. So we're not dealing this entirely from scratch, just watching a YouTube video or something to get like a tutorial. We want to be able to do this safely and properly, but also save a lot of money on labor because we will be doing it ourselves. We do have a child, so it is a little harder because, for example, today, we need to get this done ASAP to get our furniture taken out so we can get started, but we don't have a nanny. Our son's not in daycare, which is our own decision. So it just makes things a little bit harder, aka we're gonna be working a lot in the evenings, on weekends, when someone can watch him, or just kind of bringing him along for the ride. So the first step in all of this was kind of planning out our basement, which I have touched on a little bit, but I'll do a very quick overview since this is like part 1 of the series, just to give you a heads up of what the basement looks like and then bring you along the process of like what we want. So let me bring you right now. As you can see, our stairs are not finished. We have carpets everywhere.
Mommy, I come downstairs.
You are. And we do have drywall already up on the walls around like the exterior of the room. So we have the drywall set up. We're gonna unfortunately have to like take out some because we need to put in outlets, so like fish wires through, but you could see up here there is some dried, is that foam, Dan? Insulation?
Yes, foam insulation.
So we're gonna have to kind of cut through this. But this is gonna be all open concept, this entire area right here. So we're basically just going to be fishing wire through, putting some outlets, and then adding a ceiling. We're not going to be doing exposed. We do want a ceiling with pot lights. And then this will be converted into like a hideaway bed. So if anyone does stay with us, they have this. And this will be a Harry Potter closet, a very big Harry Potter closet. This will be the bathroom. We have some loose plumbing already installed. And then this is going to be its own little furnace room that's going to be closed off with walls. And when you come down the stairs, you have a pretty big opening. You're being such a stinker. Basically what we're doing you little punk. So basically we are needing to get rid of some of the furniture to have like a whole open space, so we could start with the framing of the first wall right here. We do have all of our wood, if you could see, under here ready to go. And we have on this side some drywall ready to go. So step 1, we rented a van and we are getting rid of, not this one yet because it's too heavy for us to do on our own, we need help. But this one right here, this right here, and then the actual bed frame itself over here and here is all going to my parents because they're going to be using this in their guest room. So we're gonna start now, let's do it. Okay, everything's loaded up. Now we need to head to my parents' house, unload it there, come back and figure out the rest of the situation of the basement because it is kind of a disaster. Okay, so we kind of got the mattress dirty. Luckily there's a cover that we take off and wash. Just a bit more to do, but most of the stuff is now in the basement, which is good.
She threw away the leaf blower and we raked the backyard with rakes.
And
just with rakes. Okay guys, so excuse the potential furnace noise in the background, but I shifted this stuff over a little bit, mainly because if you see where this big post is right here, this is actually exactly where we're gonna build a wall. It's gonna kind of follow right along that beam all the way to here, because this is where the bathroom's gonna be. But the bathroom's gonna be probably the last thing we do. There's already plumbing in the floor, as you can kind of see there. But I'm gonna keep my desk in there. So once we frame up this wall, then I can just kind of keep that as a workstation. We're gonna have a small wall following along here, which is gonna close off the bathroom, all here. And then it's gonna just be one big opening that we'll probably do an arch for, and then just keep it loft style. I think Alex already explained that. But I was just cleaning out under here because that's all our framing wood, and I want to be able to get to it easily, so the filing cabinet's gonna have to move a little bit. Once we actually start getting going, we'll put a big sheet over my desk and then take the carpets out so that we can put up that wall and then start putting in the flooring. Okay, so now it is a new day.
Watching Jupiter.
Oh, you're watching outer space?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Look at that.
So I am putting some stuff away in a box just so it's easier to store under the stairs. And I moved some stuff over so that we can have access to the wood. But yeah, basically gonna load this up after we take the wood out because it's another place that we're not really gonna finish until later. So it'll be a good storage.
I saw.
What, I can't talk? You wanna watch your planets?
Yeah.
Oh, look at all these big planets.
I got that one.
Those are weird planets with little weird names. They're probably exoplanets.
Planet.
Oh, that's a star.
Mercer.
The big red one. Anyway, making our way slowly but surely, and then once we clear out more stuff, we'll get started.
it is a new day and we are kind of starting to get the ball rolling now. So this mattress and this box spring were mine from when I lived at my parents' house. I think we're going to sell this. It's such a comfortable one though. Like literally anytime people will come to our house, they'd be like, wow, your mattress is so comfortable. So I kind of feel sad about getting rid of it. Sold a bunch more stuff. These things we're gonna put underneath the stairs. Well, actually this is garbage because we don't have the top of it. And this is so old, we need to get rid of it. But all these things that we're keeping, they're gonna eventually go up on the walls, so we just need to kind of put them away for now. But we are gonna be measuring where we wanna put the beams for the walls, start getting the wood ready. So you can see here a bit of a rough frame that the workers did. This is the drywall on the other side, but essentially this is what we're gonna be doing. So right here you have the top piece of wood that is basically underneath a beam like this. Over there. It's kind of hard to like explain and show you guys. So that's what we're going to be doing on the ceiling, and then we're going to have the pieces that go all the way down to the floor, and then we're gonna have across this way as well as across on the floor. And over here on these beams, they have like these waterproof sealer, just in case of any flooding, because underneath a floor, like when you have wood, let's say, on this concrete slab, you're gonna put basically like a pad that's gonna go across the whole entire floor, and then another waterproof pad on top of that in case of flooding, and also for insulation. And then you put your slabs on top of the wood pieces, which I'll show you guys when we get to it. But we've been talking to a lot of different people and trying to figure out if we're gonna be doing these slabs and then the floors, or if we do the floors and like, I don't know, then the slabs and then put the drywall. So we're trying to figure out which is best. We've heard mixed reviews from different professionals, so I think I'm probably gonna go with like what our friend suggests, just because he does this so often. We have not purchased floors yet, just because that is not the last step, but it's basic. Like, we have so much to do before we get to that stage. Like I said, we have to fish wire down for the electrical. We want to make sure everything's up to code. So what you see here is basically going to be all along, and then we're going to put insulation, electrical, and then we'll add the drywall, which you see over there. We're going to have to stack them up. And here's a little kind of example. So right here we have a vacuum. It's like an internal vacuum that we have throughout the house. So you have this little pipe that goes through the wall, and on the other side you have the pipe here, like that. See, there's some electrical stuff. So this is basically, we're not doing a pipe, but we need to be able to put stuff through the wall inside of these slabs to be able to have lights, to be able to have different things that we want to have. And we can't do that with these walls, because I don't know why the builders did not install any outlets at all. Kind of weird that they put up all this drywall and the foam and then just did not have outlets. Like, I find that so weird. So we're basically gonna have to cut open some parts of this drywall, fish the wire through so that we can have an outlet to be able to plug devices in, like lights, chargers, whatever that is. If there's gonna be a hideaway bed here, we wanna be able to make sure that we can plug stuff in. Then we'll have to put the drywall back up. So it's kind of an extra step and added time, which is annoying because this is where we're gonna want our TV to be, and we definitely need electrical to be able to have a TV. So this is gonna take a bit more time. I'm also gonna kind of give you a vibe of what the theme of the basement is gonna look like. So I'll put some photos up for you to see and be able to visualize the aesthetic that I'm going for. Obviously we have a kid, we want more children, we want kids to be able to play in here, so it's gonna be practical. Like, we do have a white couch. This couch is actually gonna be going upstairs, and the one upstairs is gonna be coming downstairs because it is a bit more washer friendly. But other than that, it's just gonna have like a big open section with a bunch of toys and stuff like that.
So from here to the top.
Do you want me to hold it at the bottom? Here, let me hold so you have both hands.
It's 91, give or take.
91
but the
inches?
yeah, but the woods are 96. They're 2x4 by 96.
So we have to.
So you have to cut them all to shape, but we're gonna be going around this, right?
Okay, so how does that work? If you start, let's say here, let's just say this is our starting point right here.
So here you just put 91s.
Yeah.
Spaced out to code, which is usually 16 inches.
Yeah.
Then in between you put little braces. Mm-hmm. So that's easy, just boom. Then here we would do the same, but if there was one here, we would cut it shorter and have a beam across here. Then a 91.
Okay.
All the way to here, and then same thing, cut it down, beam across, have like an 82 or whatever it is, all the way to here, and then have another one.
Okay, so you don't want to do a beam all the way across, so we just do 91s
you would.
all the way.
So they wouldn't be 91, right? Because you'd have a 2x4, so it would be 89s. Because you'd have a beam all the way across.
So basically this would be level, this whole ceiling.
Yeah, you'd have a beam to here.
So the ceiling is going to go, we're not going to do a ceiling leveled to these two things.
Here I will.
Okay.
Well,
because that makes it weird then. I feel like the ceiling should just be leveled.
Maybe you're right.
And then here we would do like up.
Yeah, here we would go up.
Yeah.
Which means coming down from here, we'd have to frame it like this to connect to this wall.
Yeah.
Because then we would put drywall around. You're right, I forgot this was here. I was thinking it was just those two. You're right, because it would be weird to go up and then come right into a wall.
So that means it would make more sense for the arch to be like this then. Because the ceiling is going to be... no, the arch can be anywhere. It's where the wall is, sorry.
Well, for simplicity, I would probably have the thing lower here. And then that's kind of halfway between the hallways. So it'd be like half short, half tall. And
right, which would make the arch be weird.
This would come all the way to here, and then this would all still be low. And
right.
And I was thinking of doing the arch right here.
So you don't want to just do it low when you come down to make it easier, because it's going to have to go low over there.
No, it's going to be nice to have some open space.
It won't look too weird if it's just like a little bit open.
It's a high low, because then all this is high too. And then all like where you walk is high.
Right.
Like if this pipe wasn't here, I would say let's bring it in here and go around. But since this is here, it might just be easier. Well, maybe we can do it from here. Have like a corner. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, and then we'll have the arch. Because the arch has nothing to do with the ceiling. Because the ceiling is going to be here no matter what.
Yeah. The ceiling is going to be here for the underneath little beam.
Yeah.
But it'll be a big underneath because it's going to be like this.
Yeah.
And we'll just have a little arch as you walk through, because the wall is going to go like 2 inches off of this along here. So the arch will pretty much be at the end of this beam on this side.
It's basically just an opening to walk into the room, but instead of it being square, it'll be an arch. And then, do you want to do an arch as well for the bathroom door?
We could. It just means ordering a custom door. It's fine. Making mistakes and doing it on your own is fine. It just means more time and more money, because you just take things down and put them back up.
Oh yeah, that's what you were explaining.
Like let's say here we frame out the wall, and then we start framing out here, and we cut up our wood into pieces, and then we go, you know what? I don't like the way that is. Tear it down. For out of wood, we buy a few more 2x4s and we reframe it a different way. It's even in a finished house, you can tear it all down inside, pull off all the drywall, unscrew, break down your frame as long as it's not a supporting frame.
Yeah. And
then do whatever you want. So if you make a mistake, it really doesn't matter. It's just going to cost you more money
and more time.
And more time, because you'll have to redo it.
It's more just the frustration of it, I guess. Yeah. But this is like a project that we want to do.
Yeah, we just take our time. There's no race, there's no rush.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so when we do the door, that's not something we have to worry about right this second. It's more just the framing of the actual wall. Then the next step after that is the electrical.
Yeah, well, I wanted to ask them what they did, because I've seen 2 different videos. One says you put the subfloor, then you build a wall on top of the subfloor for moisture protection. And then I've seen one method where you use a treated wood against the concrete with a vapor sheet.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to explain.
I'm not sure which way I want to go about it. I'm going to ask a few of my friends that have done it what they recommend.
Yeah. And then what do you want to do about this? What is this called?
The electrical box?
Yeah, the electrical box.
Well, that's going to be one of the last things we do, because we have to leave it open for all the wiring.
Right, but do you want to do like a little closet, or do you want to do a little like that you can just open?
Well, what I would do is I would have something come out about like this far, and then I would have one of those little like the doors we have on our closets upstairs. It would have to be double, right? So like, let's say 14 is there, and then 14 is there. So it would be exactly, but maybe this would go here.
That'd be cool.
Anyway, we'll figure it out.
And then you want the wall here, same thing.
The wall is going to go here. Like pretty much, that's going to be in the wall, which means this is going to be in the bathroom, unless you want to make it a very wide wall.
No.
Then we're losing living space.
Stupid.
And then that pipe will be either we can wall it off with a little like nook,
because this is not going to be
or
here.
it can be visible in the living room.
Okay.
What I think we could do, if you don't want to see that in the living room, is like this is the wall. And then just in the back corner, put like a little 3-inch thing.
Looks like a little beam.
Yeah, because the couch is going to be here anyways.
Yeah.
So.
This is the 2x4.
Well, because they say on them, see, they're, where does it say? 2x4 by 96.
Yeah.
So they're all 96 height, right? So they're all too tall. But that's perfect, and I think they might do it this way on purpose, because what you cut here becomes like your wedges between boards.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah. Okay.
Because it's not even going to be 91, it's going to be even less, because there's going to be a beam on the bottom and a beam on the top, potentially 2 beams on the bottom if we're doing like a water vapor.
Yeah.
So now it's going to be like, like 85, 83. So you're cutting off like a big chunk, and then you use these edges as your little like in-betweens. But this is,
so you're not wasting wood.
Yeah, see, like this is even too long to go all the way across here. So we have to cut one.
Oh, look at your muscles.
Well, unless we had it. We have to figure out, because we could, like, it all depends where the shower is here too, because there's going to be another wall like going this way, right?
Yeah, because we want to block off.
I have a feeling it's going to line up right with this. So the whole bathroom is going to be a high ceiling because the shower is going to be right here. Like I'm standing on the shower drain right now.
Yeah.
So this is all going to be a high ceiling for the shower.
Yeah.
Which means it's only in the hallway because the hallway wall is going to be right here. So only in the hallways are going to be low.
And we do lose light in this window because this is where our porch is, as you could see. So it's not like we'll ever be able to get sunlight in here, which is a little sad because we have nice windows.
There's a little bit of like lack of foresight when we built the deck, forgetting that it would block like the living room window.
But I like having the deck where it is because it gives us the backyard.
We don't lose the backyard.
Because we still get light here and we get light here. We're not closing this off, so you're going to still have light. And we'll have pot lights.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're going to have tons of pot lights. I'm thinking about too, maybe putting like a natural light LED or something to like make it look like a window. I don't know. So I printed these. But what I would want to do is either on graph paper or if you know a website, is find a more like a less cluttered free version, a little bit closer to this.
Okay.
To just initially start planning out the measurements of where we want to put the rooms.
Well, what's wrong with this?
There's no measurements on this page, so I could like match it. But if you look here, they have the bathroom set up. See, shower. It says it's 54 by 39 by 39. Then there's a vent in the middle. They have a toilet in the corner, a sink on that side.
And the door would open.
Yeah, and then the door would swing like towards. And then this is the beam, right, that goes across. Here's the staircase. Because this isn't the exact same, because here it says their vacuum's over here, which is not where our vacuum is.
So this model might be a little bit different.
It's a little bit different. But basically what I want is like if you look here, so this is 26 feet, right? So that's the kind of information we want. So then we have to decide where does this line up and
so why don't we just measure and write it out here?
Yeah, but if we can find like an online one that's even more simple, or graph paper. But anyways, this is a good start.
Yeah, this is exciting. It's good to know.
Yeah. So excuse the furnace noise once again, but I cleaned up a little bit with Arkham this afternoon while Alex was gone. But I put away some of the carpets and I shoved some furniture away. We're not really doing anything in this room to start until we decide where we want to put electrical. So for now we can just kind of stuff things. But yeah, I picked up some carpets. There's some of them that we're throwing away because they're really dirty from old dog stains and whatever. From right here, put a nice chalk line all the way to here. And then you can see here the difference in the wall, like how much further it sticks out. It's only about a piece of wood's width. So we'll chalk line from there and chalk line across here so that the 2 points probably meet somewhere around here. And we're really only putting a wall here, a wall there, and we're not putting anything here because we're just going to build the opening. I think I might have already explained that. It's not a ton of framing to go up, and then it becomes more about electrical. And then we got to leave an opening for a door here, obviously, in the framing. Probably what's going to take more time to frame is around all the vents, because we're going to need a low ceiling here, a low ceiling here, a double low ceiling here. So that's going to be a little bit trickier to frame, but it shouldn't be too bad.
Love it. That looks so good.
Wow, nice tower, guys.
So, built it.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Tonight after he goes to bed, we're going to come down and do a few more things. Probably move that dresser out of the way because that's where a wall is going to go. Take out that carpet just to have exposed concrete there. I do, like before it all gets done, want to tarp that and tarp all that just so we don't get wood chips and stuff everywhere and chalk and whatever else we do. But yeah, it's coming along. Probably starting in the next little while here.
Okay, so the consensus is that we need to get a few confirmations on exactly how we're gonna put our beams. And then once we have that, we're gonna start framing. That's step one. So part 2 of the series will probably be framing and electrical. And then we're also gonna go look at floors and all that fun stuff. So stay tuned. We're getting the ball rolling. I'm so excited. But like I said, this is not gonna be a very quick process. We're taking our time with it. I just know it's gonna look so good at the end. Like I am so excited to be able to have a space where Arky can go play with friends or just even by himself, because right now, as you could see, like we got Play-Doh, we got toys everywhere. And I just want him to be able to have a space, especially because we want another baby. The other bedroom upstairs, which is his playroom, we want that to be the nursery. So we got time, but I want to get as much done before I'm pregnant as possible, because I don't want to be lifting beams and doing all that stuff when I'm like 9 months pregnant, so or with a newborn. So we're gonna get this done within the next 5 to 6 months, and I'm so excited. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and let me know what your thoughts are on this whole process. Have you ever renovated anything before? Have you worked with anyone to renovate? I think it's gonna look so good. Bye.